So the next point here is we talk about a very common topic that is called urbanization. Okay, because we get topics like are related to cities where people migrate and try to settle down in cities. This is very common topic in IELTS. So here, when you start, like when you are starting and explaining a topic like this, you can say, what are the reasons for urbanization? You cannot directly come with the point where you say about cities and how beautiful the cities are, because it deals with specific urbanization part. ഇവിടെയാണ് നമുക്ക് ചിലപ്പോൾ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട് വരുന്നത്, because when you are talking about urbanization and related to cities, you tend to divert from one topic to the other topic and it gets away. So you have to be very specific about it. Now let us analyze what is the specific reasons for urbanization. Specific reasons for urbanization, we see first point, people move to cities in search of job opportunities, because that is one of the prominent things. People moving from cities to cities from villages due to job opportunities, because there are lesser job opportunities. Second thing, cities offer greater employment possibilities and a high standard of living. The employment possibilities are more, industrialization is more. But again, I tell you, when you are dealing with a topic like urbanization, you have words like employment possibilities, job opportunities. At times, we may get diverted from this to employment opportunities or job opportunities. So you have to be very sure about what you deal in. I again tell you, this is very important and vital. Okay, so not to get diverted. The third point here is, people migrate to cities from the countryside. Countryside means villages. So this is very essential. Clubbing and making it a essay, it has to be important. But here you have to make sure that you are talking about the reasons for urbanization in the first part, in the introduction part, so that you have a proper intro to it. Now the fourth and the essential point, traditional activities like farming and agriculture have reduced, and because of this, because the technology has taken hold of these things, and now farming activities like this have reduced. So this is one aspect that you have to keep in mind when you are dealing with it. So when it comes to introduction like this, you have to be very specific. You can add points from this. Now, so what are the negatives of urbanization? Like, you get a topic where you discuss the positives and the negatives of urbanization. It is not just urbanization or city life. So we talk about first the negatives of city life. Look at this. Okay, here these points are analyzed and taught to you so that you understand each and every aspect and you don't at all deviate from the topic. I'm repeating it again and again so that you just are very clear with this aspect. Okay, negatives of city life. Life in cities has its drawbacks. What are the drawbacks? Let us understand that. Okay, first is the cost of living is higher than in rural areas, because in rural areas you get vegetables free, fresh and free of almost from your gardens or from your farming lands. So it is relatively cheaper, and you have your own house. Here you are in rented house. So again, the positives are the first aspect. Second aspect, some people do not manage to find work. People are not able to find work in cities. Why? Because there is a reason. Because there is lot of population and the density is more. The comparatively industries in cities are less, so people are not able to find works. Third aspect is housing is usually much more expensive because they have their own houses in villages. Here they have to have rented house. Rather, they are staying in cubicles, to be exact. Okay, cubicle things. Now, homelessness and poverty are common in cities. People are very poor and they are staying rather in streets. Okay, the gap between the rich and the poor is increasing and is very evident in city lives. Okay, rich become richer and poor become poorer. Okay, you can use these words. Life in cities may be extremely stressful because population, traffic congestion, a hectic schedule starting from 8 to maybe 9 in the night, or maybe going till midnights. So again, a hectic schedule. Again, seventh point, traffic congestion and crimes I already suggested, but crime rate is more because people migrate from every nook and corner and there is chances of crime. But again, I tell you, do not deviate from the topic because the topic is city life. The eighth point is cities lack a sense of community. There are no social lives. Now, ninth one, you find people do not even know their neighbors. Society is no more in city lives. That is why they have kitty parties. They have clubs. So then this is another essential point. Now, 10th is cities are described as concrete jungles. There is no nature, rather buildings being erected all over. So again, negatives of city lives. Understand this. If you get a topic that is related to city, you can cover almost everything here. Okay. Now let us analyze another point of view that is very essential, which is related to cities. What is related to cities? Let us understand that. That can be a common topic. I'm just moving with the next slide where you see pedestrian areas. Okay, a very common topic. Again, you get in relation with the cities or the urbanization. Pedestrian zones. What is pedestrian zones? Pedestrian zones means areas or footpaths that are allocated especially for people who walk or are more into cycling. Okay, so these areas, especially in Western culture, where you cannot walk, you have subways. Okay, or you cannot cross the road as we do in India. So then we have these lanes that are specifically for cycles and pedestrians. So here, pedestrian zones in cities can improve local environment. Banning cars encourages people to walk or cycle. So these are the essentials of it. Many European cities have built bicycle lanes. So that's what I said. They have cycle lanes and they have lanes for people who are walking. Okay, why is it important? Again, dependence on car is linked to health problems like obesity. You can talk about obesity linked with diabetes and heart issues. Okay, people who walk or cycle regularly are generally healthier, and pedestrian areas are safer and more attractive for both residents and tourists. So I hope you have understood that is related to like cities. So first we discussed reasons for urbanization, a very common topic that is related to negatives of city life, and the other topic that is related to pedestrian areas. I hope just make a note. Okay.